not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you.
Hey y'all, Erica Yolanda here, and I am back with another video. If you're new, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification so that you're notified every time I post a new video. You guys, today we are making one of my favorites, one of my husband's favorite, and one that my daughter will eat, which is going to be some okras and sausage with shrimp and some rice. And with our okras and sausage, we're also going to put in some tomato sauce. So we're having pretty much okras and tomatoes with sausage and shrimp. Sometimes I make this meal with tomatoes, sometimes I make it without tomatoes. And when I say tomatoes, I'm just talking about tomato sauce, okay? So today we have our 5-pound bag of okras, which we will not be using this whole 5-pound bag. However, for reference, this is my bag of okras, y'all. And okra season is almost over in the next few weeks. So I try to keep as much of this in my freezer to get us through the winter days, okay? Because this is one of the best meals that you can make with okras. You can make okras, fry them by itself. You can make with just okras and shrimp, okras and sausage. It does not matter. You make that, take that okra and make it your own. I've already done all of the prep work. I got my shrimp here washed and deveined. I got my sausage and onions cut up, and I have it here in the same bowl. And this is how I cut my sausages up. I have smoked beef sausage from Johnsonville. You guys, a couple of weeks ago I did a video where I tried Johnsonville sausage, and it was really good. My family loves it, I love it, so we're good. Okay, so we're gonna have some Johnsonville smoked beef sausage because you know we don't do no pork in our house. And the seasonings I'm using today, we're gonna have some garlic powder. We're gonna have some Morton season oil. Can't be, where would I be without my Maggie's chicken seasoning? My McCormick black pepper, and a little bit of salt somewhere along that. I've already got my rice going because I feel like I don't have to show y'all how to cook rice. However, if you need to be shown how to just cook some white rice, which I know some people out there do, just let me know and I will gladly shoot a video for you just making some white rice, okay? So we got the onions and the sausage cut up together. This is going to be the first thing that I cook. I got my Dutch oven going behind me. It's almost ready. I'm going to put some olive oil in it just to get it going. And I'm going to put the onions and peppers. Onions and peppers. There's no peppers in here. This is just onions and sausage, y'all. Okay? I got my tomato paste already open, and it's not tomato paste, it's tomato sauce. I said tomato paste because I was contemplating using tomato paste and I decided not to. Just use tomato sauce today. That's what I'm doing. So forgive me here, y'all. I've already done the stuff that takes the longest, okay? And y'all, it's so hot here in the South. I don't know how it is wherever y'all at. Let me know how y'all feeling. But I brought out the mason jar of ice water. My friends probably think that I was lying when I told them that I was drinking the mason jar of ice water because this is what my aunts and my grandma and them used to drink out of, the mason jar. When it was hot, they put their ice water in the mason jar. So I pulled out the mason jar. Hot down here in the South. Heat index like 110. But I'm going to go ahead and get that stove going with the olive oil in my Dutch oven, and I'll be back. Okay guys, so I put about a tablespoon and a half of olive oil into my Dutch oven, and I'm just letting that heat up right here. And y'all know I always say, if you're new here, I'm a Dutch oven fanatic. I love using my Dutch oven. It's probably one of like the best things that I own in the kitchen is a Dutch oven. So we're just getting that heated up. And the first thing we're going to go in with is our sausage and onions. And this bowl is full of sausage and onions. It's more sausage at the bottom, okay? So I don't want y'all to think I just got a big old bowl of onions. I don't. I use the onion and a half, which are very small onions. But I got this bowl full of sausage. And this is the size that I cut my sausage. You can cut your sausages however, whatever size y'all like. You can make them in chunks, because sometimes if I'm only making for enough for maybe a day and a half, I'll put some in just chunks to make it a little heartier. And then there are days like today where I'm like, we're going to see how long this meal can last. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it, make them smaller, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get the onions and the sausages in there and get those fried up. And with this meal, I do not season this until I get the okras in there. I do not season this meal until I start cooking the okras. Till the okras are almost done. That's when I put my first bit of seasoning in there, okay? Now I got my rice. Y'all know the way I cook my rice is I boil it, and I boil it for about 20 minutes, and you make as much rice as you need for you and your family. I made a good bit of rice today, maybe about 3 cups of rice, but that's gonna last a couple of days. Some days when they don't want to eat this, we'll still have some leftover rice, and we make some eggs and rice. You know, we from the South, okay? So we can make anything as long as we got some rice, some potatoes, or some grits. And I put that on sliced bread, okay? So we go ahead and get the sausage and the onions fried down, and we will be back. I'm going to probably strain the rice before I come back. And when I say strain the rice, I have my strainer. Hold on, I'm going to show it to you guys. I've showed it before, I'm going to show it again. This is what I use to clean my rice, and this is what I use when my rice is done to strain all the water off and wash it over again before I put it in the permanent container, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get these sausage and peppers. You can hear them frying. Show y'all what they look like. And it's already starting to smell so good in here. Y'all know I love a good smell when it comes to food. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and get that done, and we will be back. Okay, guys. So I went ahead and drained my rice. It's done. And I'm going to show y'all what the sausage and onions are looking like as they render down. Okay? So that's that. As you see, what looks like it was a whole lot in the pot, it actually wasn't. I'm sorry, y'all. It was not a whole lot, but it's okay because we're going to make it do what it do. Because the okras is going to make this pot nice and hearty. And the next thing we're going to put in is going to be the okras, because the last thing we want to put in is the shrimp, okay? The shrimp goes in last because it cooks so fast. Otherwise, you have some tough, overdone shrimp. And you can add chicken to this, whatever you like. For some days, y'all will see me make this dish, and I will add chicken to it, okay? And the okra does get washed before it goes in this bag and goes in the freezer. So I don't want y'all to think that I ain't washing my vegetables, because y'all know I'm the queen of wash this stuff up, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put in, let's see, that was about half the bag. And this was a 5-pound bag, okay? We're going to go ahead and get that in. And then just get this here down and get it turned and spit and stirred and all that good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and add some more in, okay? Because it's going to be good, okay? It's going to be good. So we got that in there, and this is how much I have left. And I call this my private serving, because one day when I'm doing nothing and I just want some okra, or I want some shrimp and okra, I just go in the freezer and get some shrimp out and the okras and make enough just for myself. You know how that is, y'all. But act like y'all ain't heard that. But we're going to go ahead and get this stirred, get the sausage and the peppers mixed up in this, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the top back on it. Because again, I do not start seasoning this until the okras start to cook more. When the okras are almost done, that's when I season it, just before I put the tomato sauce in it. And then once I put the tomato sauce in it, then I go back, taste it, and season it again, okay? So while I'm over here drinking my water and minding my business, y'all, mason jar water is so good. Y'all, I don't know if I said this in the beginning, but growing up, I'm from South Florida, and we used to go to my grandmother's house in South Carolina in the summertime. And when we would go to my grandmother's house, she would have the big tall, I don't know what size it was, maybe quart size or something. And she would give all the grandkids one, and we would have to take it outside and play. And the whole road in her area was a dirt road, and I'll be running in the summertime barefooted up the dirt road and riding bikes and catching crawfish in the ditch. South Carolina was so much fun, y'all. And then, of course, we moved to South Carolina, and then it became not so much fun. However, whenever I'm back home, and I do say, when I say back home, I'm talking about South Carolina. When I'm going home, I'm talking about Florida. I'll teach y'all throughout the years. All right, but we're going to go ahead and let this cook while I drink my water. I'm going to fill this up again, y'all, because I'm thirsty. It's hot. And we'll be back. Okay, guys. So while the okras and the sausage are cooking down, I went ahead and poured my sauce. I had 24 ounces of sauce, which was 3 of the 8-ounce cans. And what I'm going to do is, because it is tomato sauce, red sauce, I'm going to put in some sugar just to cut the acidity of the tomato sauce. So I went in with 1 tablespoon. I'm going to do just about 2 tablespoons with this. And I'm just going to stir it. Y'all didn't see it, but I just made a mess. I'm going to stir it and taste it. Okay. So it's got enough sugar in it, okay? So while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and put some season to this tomato sauce. And y'all, I just made a little mess, so don't act like y'all didn't see it, okay? So I'm going to put in about 3 shakes of McCormick black pepper. I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of garlic powder. And then we're going to do 3 shakes of the Morton seasoning. 1, 2, 3. And I did 1 for good luck, so it's 4. And then I'm going to put in my tap size of Maggie's chicken seasoning, which I'm only going to put in about a teaspoon of it, okay? So I went ahead and I did that, and I'm going to stir it just to get the sauce seasoned, okay? We're going to go ahead and get that stirred up. And I'm going to take out another spoon because I told y'all I do not double dip. And taste it. All right, that's perfect, okay? I will not season this again until I go to pour it in the pot. And you guys will be back with me. I'm just going to give it another stir on the camera. Y'all, this is cooking. This usually takes about 40 minutes, okay? Between let's say give yourself an hour between cutting up your sausage and your onions to it actually everything cooking down and being done, okay? Give yourself an hour. This is a very quick meal, something to make really quick after work, or make it in the morning time before work. There was a time that I would cook before I went to work, so it's your decision, okay? So we're gonna go ahead, and once this renders down a little bit more, which I'm gonna let it cook for probably about another 5 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and pour in the tomato sauce. I will re-season this once I get the tomato sauce in there, but right now, for what I need this tomato sauce to do, it is perfect. I put in 2 tablespoons of sugar, 3 pinches of black pepper, Morton seasoning, and garlic powder, and some Maggie's chicken seasoning. And I season to taste, y'all. When it comes to sauce, you need to season it to your taste buds because everybody's taste buds are different. So we will be back. Okay, guys. So this is what my pot is looking like. Everything in it. I know some people say, oh, okras are slimy. Yeah, y'all, okras are delicious. Just cook that down and don't pay no attention to that. I'm going to go ahead and pour in my sauce. You can make this as saucy or unsaucy if you like. If you want to put in tomato sauce or crushed tomatoes, you can. If you don't, that is fine. This is your meal. I do make this with or without sauce, so it really does not matter how you do it. And you can add in peppers if you want. You know, a lot of times y'all see me adding in yellow or colored peppers. It does not matter. It's delicious just the same, okay? So I'm going to go ahead. We got the tomato sauce in it. Again, it's going to start to look like a soup. And that is about 24 ounces of tomato sauce, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put the top on this. Y'all, don't tell my family I'm about to make some blueberry muffins, okay? So we're about to do that. So give me a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So I have some Jiffy's blueberry muffin mix, and you just follow the directions. And this is what I'm making for my family. The only twist is instead of regular milk, I'm going to use buttermilk. And I'm talking softly because I don't want them to hear me. Now, what we are going to do now is I got me 2 clean spoons ready for tasting. We're going to go ahead and season this with the sauce in it. So I'm going to go ahead and put in, that was about a tablespoon of garlic powder. Get that stirred up in there. We're going to put in about a teaspoon and a half of black pepper. With the Morton seasoning, I'm just going to do 3 shakes, 2, 3, and 1 for good luck. And we're just going to get that mixed up together here. The okras and stuff are gonna cook much better now that it's actually submerged in some tomato sauce. It's going to cook so much better and faster. So let's go ahead and taste the sauce. This is what it's looking like. Oh, that's good. Y'all, that's good. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a dash of chicken seasoning, Maggie's chicken seasoning in there. Just a little dash. That's it, that's enough, that's all. So we're gonna go ahead and get this stirred up. I'm gonna let this cook for about another 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna add the shrimp. And y'all, I had jumbo shrimp, so I did cut them in half. It's okay to cut your shrimp in half and make your meat scratch if you're feeding a lot of people, okay? Don't be ashamed if you ain't got enough. Just make it do what you gotta do. Y'all know we all in times that we making it work. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I follow the instructions on the back of the box, and I make my batter for my blueberry muffins. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in a little teaspoon of vanilla extract, pure vanilla extract, just to give it a little kick. We know it's corn muffins, well, blueberry corn muffins, but we want it to taste like blueberry cake, just a little bit. I'm not gonna add no sugar or anything to it. Just added a little bit of vanilla, just to give it a little kick. And I've already got my baking tins together. I already buttered my pans so that everything turns out the same. And I'm just getting this stirred up. One more quick stir. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put them in and make 12 muffins, okay? So I will be back. Okay guys, so I went ahead and added the shrimp to it. And once I added the shrimp, what I did was I went ahead and just turned the pot off, okay? You can put it on low and let it cook for about another 5 or 10 minutes. But the shrimp cooks so fast, I made sure that my okras and things were done before I put the shrimp in there, because it cooks so quick and you don't want chewy shrimp. So this is what it looks like, you guys. This is my okras, tomatoes, and sausage. And y'all tell me, do y'all, when you make your rice, do y'all take your rice and go ahead and put it inside the container that you're gonna keep it in? Because that's what I do. I made my rice. This is my rice. And I put it inside my container. And then I just set it to the side. And if it had any more cooking to do, it will do inside that container. So what I'm doing is, this is done. I'm just letting it sit while the muffins cook. So the muffins will be done in probably the next 5 or 10 minutes. So I will be back when I take the muffins out of the oven. Okay guys, I'm all done. The okras and tomatoes and shrimp turned out so good, y'all. It looks so good. I'll show y'all. And then we got the blueberry muffins right there. They turned out so good. Even though I did have a little malfunction with my stove for a minute there. But I'm going to do something that y'all never see me do. I'm going to plate. Now normally when I cook, I don't plate because I'm usually not eating because I'm not hungry. However, tonight it's going to be a little different. Y'all, I'm kind of hungry. And y'all plate this however y'all like. I'm doing it to what works for me. Some of y'all might want to do a bowl. My husband and I was just talking, and he was saying, you know, this would go so good with some fresh saltine crackers, you know. There's no proper way to eat soup. So I got me some rice, a little rice there, and I did put a little bit of chicken seasoning in my rice. Give it a little taste. And I'm going to come over here. And y'all, I am one of those people that likes my sauce on top of my rice. I don't like to have my rice and gravy separate. I like my gravy on top of my rice. And I know a lot of people don't. My daughter's like that. I think my husband might be like that too, where they like theirs on the side and they want to mix it themselves. I'm not that person. I want mine on top. And this is what we're looking like. We got some okras and tomatoes with some sausage and shrimp. And we got a blueberry muffin. And that's what we're doing, y'all. It smells good. And it tastes good. Y'all, I brought out my blue lipstick today. I hadn't worn this in so long. This used to be what I used to wear back in the early 2000s before people know me for my red lipstick. But this is what I used to do. I'm just going to taste this. This right here, this from the ancestors, okay? This from the ancestors. Y'all, thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell notification so that you're notified every time I post a new video. It's your girl, Erica Yolanda. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be happy, be safe, be fed. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.